Hello there. I just wanted to share a very important and I believe kind of under-taught thing in the Bible, basically. Uh, let's go to the Gospel of Mark, and we're going to we're going to go through a couple spots, basically. It's just skipping over one part mainly, but so we're going to the Gospel of Mark. So this will be to some of you shocking, and to some of you already know this, but then I think it will become clear why this subject is not really taught, especially by the bigger churches. So we are in Mark chapter 4. So let's start at the beginning of the chapter. Very familiar parable. Mark chapter 4. And he began to teach by the seaside. And there was gathered unto him a great multitude, so that he entered into a ship, and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was by the sea on the land. And he taught them many things by parables, and said unto them in his doctrine, Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. And some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And other fell on good ground, and did yield fruit, that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some an 100. And he said unto them, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. So the main thing I wanted to focus on was, notice in verse 4, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. So now let's move ahead a little bit. So if we jump ahead and let's go to verse 13. And he said unto them, Know ye not this parable? And know then, how then will ye know all parables? The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately, and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. So notice where he says, Satan cometh immediately, verse 15. You compare that, going back to verse 4, the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. So the fowls of the air are likened to Satan. Jesus reveals that those fowls represented Satan in the parable. So, and then he explains the rest, and then if we keep going forward, quite a ways forward in the chapter, let's go to verse 30. And he said, Whereunto shall we liken the kingdom of God? Or with what comparison shall we compare it? It is like a grain of mustard seed, which, when it is sown in the earth, is less than all the seeds that be in the earth. But when it is sown, it groweth up, and becometh greater than all herbs, and shooteth out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it. So, as you know, the common way that this parable is taught is that the mustard seed that starts out really small, so Christianity started out really small, and then over the course of time it became this great big tree that covers the whole earth. And so big, so big and so wonderful. But what is here in the verse we just read? So that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it? What does that mean? We just read a few verses prior that the fowls of the air in the parable of the soils was Satan. So what is the fowls of the air in the mustard seed parable? Jesus isn't going to switch and suddenly make the fowls of the air a good thing. So this means that the kingdom of God, Christianity, has Satan hiding inside of it. The fowls of the air, his followers, are secretly lodging in the branches of Christianity. And in my opinion, I believe this is John MacArthur, John Piper, if you want to go other directions, like the Pope, prosperity preachers like Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar, whoever. So the point is, I mean, I thank God that Jesus showed us this and warned us of this, but in some ways it is depressing because, like John MacArthur, oh, he's so great, so wise when he's a devil. It's not even funny. I don't know. So there you go. I just wanted to present that is what this parable, that part of the parable is that. Christianity is filled with devils. So if you have been deceived by and following one of these birds, these devils, be like me and run away from them. Reject them and call them out for the sons of the devil that they are. Thank you.